I just recently discovered this so-called dragon that people are losing their minds over. This creature is so unique, people are even comparing it to Toothless in How to Train Your Dragon. They have tough spiky scales all over their body and they are called a red-eye crocodile skink. But for context, about 4 months ago I bought one, named him Gerald. Well, I still have him, but the only problem about Gerald is that he's lonely and I need to get him a friend. A girlfriend, I should say, so he can have a new best friend and maybe start a family one day. But where Gerald is living right now is not going to be enough space for the both of them. So I'm going to build them a realistic jungle enclosure with plants, a river, and a cave for him to hide in. But before I do anything, I want to order Gerald's girlfriend so I can have a few days to construct the enclosure. Alright guys, I just found a red-eyed crocodile skink. We're going to get the female. Literally, this is the only site that had them. Every single site was sold out. Alright guys, use $150. Guys, I literally just got scammed. And I just got this email. It just looks like an Indian sent it. Like one of those Indian scammers, you know? I didn't even realize this, bro. I'm so retarded. Like, look, bro. It's not even reptile heaven. It's reptile heaven. Look guys, I'm literally on Reddit forums. Reptile heaven. Just got scammed by them. Guys, they are scamming. Indian scammer. Indian scammer. Guys, I'm just kidding. I didn't get scammed. They didn't even charge me. They got a boof ass website. They gotta work on their scamming skills. Could have taken all my money. I found this new one. Okay guys, order has been made. Yes guys, she is very expensive. You guys can help support me by liking and leaving a comment. Now that Gerald's girlfriend's ordered, it's time to build them a brand new tank. Petco, bruh. To get started, I went to Petco to pick up some supplies. Hey guys, I'm gonna go with this one. It's not too big or too small, so this one should be prime. After I got my supplies, I went home to unbox it. Guys, I've never had one with a door that opens. This is actually sick. No need for this. This is what bitch boys use. To make sure this tank is built correctly, it's crucial to make sure there's water, moisture, and a lot of hiding places for them to hide in. Alright guys, to hold the water in place for the river, I'm gonna cut these pieces of plastic so we can create like a wall to hold the water in. So this is kind of how I want the river layout to be, so there's 2 areas of land. Hey guys, I'm gonna have to use man-made glue for this one. Okay guys, this is my favorite part. If you guys ever have a situation that you need glue, you can produce it yourself and it's very easy to do so. Alright guys, everything's now glued up, so I'm just gonna let it dry. Alright guys, it is the next day. My man-made glue has all dried. And I use man-made glue because it's a stickless formulation of glue. The next thing we need to do is make the background, but I also need sticks so I can stick it to the background, so we're gonna go get some sticks. Guys, we arrived at the sticks. These trees look good right here. I'm just gonna... Alright guys, I just got my trees. You guys are the ones paying like $100 for your trees. I get it for free, boy. To start the background, I lay down foam to stick the wood onto. But what I'm trying to replicate here is a jungle background. But skinks live on the ground, so I'm gonna include a lot of dirt everywhere. I honestly didn't know how this was gonna turn out, but it ended up being pretty good. Alright guys, here it is done. I know it looks a bit boof pack, but I need to trim it down a bit. Alright guys, I'm gonna trim this up with this butcher knife. Let's get it. In case you were wondering, this is the same knife I used to torture my next door neighbor. Alright guys, I'm gonna clean all this stuff up and then we're gonna put dirt on the wall. This is my second type of formulated glue and it's perfect for dirt to stick to it. We're just going to spread it around. Just make sure to get all the cracks and crevices. Just going to get a handful and just sprinkle it. Kind of looks like cinnamon, huh? If you're curious on how I can produce so much of this glue for the dirt to stick on, well, all you have to do is just practice and you'll get better, and you can be just like me, a diamond on Jerkmate. Alright guys, I'm gonna flip this over. I'm praying that the dirt is actually stuck to the foam. Alright, moment of truth right here. Not bad, not bad. After I finished the back, I did the same to the other 2 sides. Okay guys, we're gonna flip this over now. Dang. Now that the background's finished, I cleaned everything up, but I decided to line the inside of the river with pebbles. I'm doing this so the inside of the river actually looks realistic. If you're wondering how I have so much glue, well, it's all built up from the tournaments I've had over the years. Alright guys, so our base is now done. Our river's now lined with rocks. Now it's time to make the tunnel. Off camera, I trimmed it to fit inside of the tank. You'll have 2 entrances from each side. But to make the inside grippy for their feet, I decided to line the inside with dirt. But when they dry, I seal them together with glue. Alright guys, I got my formulated butthole. I'm just gonna... To secure a pipe into place, I glued it with glue. Okay guys, our tube is now secured in place, so it's time to put the drainage layer. And for that, I'm gonna use these lava rocks. These are very good for soaking up any water. On top of the rocks, I have to put this mesh screen on top so the dirt doesn't mix with the rocks. Okay guys, I'm gonna put some clay on this. To make the tube not look retarded, I wanted to make a cave out of this clay. I could have produced it myself, but I thought I'd go the healthier route and just buy clay myself. I started by lining logs of clay along the edges of the pipe. I formulated it in a certain way that Gerald would love. But at the other end of the pipe is where the actual cave is gonna go. At this point, this cave looked fisted and gaped, but it's no longer going to be like that as we're going to tighten it up. Alright guys, the cave is now done. I honestly don't know how I feel like this. It just looks like a sack. But now we're going to mix up some soil. I got some leaves, dirt, some moss. This formulation of soil activates a lot of positives. But one of the important steps is to add leaves so they can hide underneath them. Then I add moss to help with the moisture levels. Alright, that's some good soil right there. I didn't pack it very tight because I know they like to dig around in the soil. But I topped off the dirt just how Gerald will be too. Alright guys, the soil is in. And if you can see right here, I made another tiny cave here and in there. So they can go behind the cave or they can go in the cave. Okay guys, to filter the water, I got this filter. To hide the wire so you can't see it, I tucked it into the foam. But this is one of the most important parts, the river, just because the crocodile skinks actually like to swim inside of it. And to finish it off, I scatter a bunch of the gravel around the edges. Now that the soil is done, it does look a bit bland, so I went to go pick some plants up. They had a great selection, and I only picked out jungly ones. These are literally perfect. Look at these. I'll get one of these. Yes. They also had mini bamboo, so I picked out a few of them. Alright guys, I have my assortment of plants here. I'm going to put all these inside the tank now. This plant right here I picked specifically just because of its big leaves, which will create very good hiding spots. But the thing about crocodile skinks is the more cover you have, the more comfortable they're gonna be. Alright guys, I got some moss. I just rehydrated it. I'm just gonna plant it around the tank. This moss is pretty important for Gerald and his girlfriend because it'll hold a lot of the humidity that they need. But I pretty much covered the whole entire floor with it. Alright guys, for the lighting I got 2 lamps. This one's a UVB light. This one's just a daylight. This UVB light will support bone growth. And this one's just a regular daylight for the daytime. Guys, let's turn these on. Ooh. Ooh, he does not look bad at all. Now I'm going to put water in here, and I forgot to even check if it holds water, so we're just going to hope. After I poured it, I waited 5 minutes to see if it would leak. Alright guys, it is not leaking at all. My man-made glue has done me good. Yes! Oh my god, look at that stream. It's immaculate. Alright guys, I think this is my mister, so let's unbox. Yo, it's the mister. Hey guys, I just installed the misters. One right here, and here's the other one. Alright guys, it's officially all done. This enclosure actually turned out pretty good. Okay guys, to make sure our ecosystem doesn't have any mold outbreaks, I got some springtails and I got some isopods. These guys will eat any mold or any leftover food if there is any. So we're gonna put these guys inside now. Alright, I'm just gonna open this and let it sit so they can just crawl out themselves. Wait, maybe I'll just spray them. Oh, some go on the floor. Alright, now for the isopods, I'll just let them crawl out too. Okay, now that the enclosure's done, I'm going to put Gerald inside of it. Here is Gerald. Let's go to your new enclosure. Oh. Guys, it's actually been about 1 week since I finished the tank, only because there's actually a delay. Apparently there's a storm or something, and it should come tomorrow, so I'll get back when it comes.
Did you see something? You see something? Is it here? Oh my god, there it is. Go, what is... Hey! Oh my god, guys. Oh my god.
Gerald's girlfriend is literally here. I'm gonna go get Gerald out of his tank right now so he can meet his new girlfriend. Okay guys, Gerald is inside of his tub right now. He's resting. Oh my god, guys. Alright, let's unbox. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. There she is. Oh my god. Dude, she looks exactly like Gerald. Alright, we'll put them together now. Gerald has a little bit of clay on the back of his tail. Oh my god. I'm just gonna let her go out herself. I'll help you, your majesty. Let go. Oh my god. One very interesting thing about these guys is that they play dead and they literally freeze up and not move. Guys, please comment a name for Gerald's girlfriend because I will go through every single name and pick the perfect one. I honestly don't know if Gerald was just nervous or if he was actually just playing dead. Guys, Gerald finally has a girlfriend. Whoa, whoa. Hey, not so fast, buddy. Oh, okay. So I can definitely tell Gerald is very happy, but his girlfriend is actually a little bit bigger than him. And I hope she doesn't peg him. What do you think, buddy? Oh. Yeah! Look how immaculate she looks. Well, now that I've introduced themselves, it was time to let them be and put them inside their new enclosure. Very ironically, they went back into the dark, secret corner where they will never be seen again. Guys, so Gerald and his girlfriend are inside the bat cave, but one of the sad things about crocodile skinks is that they rarely ever come out. So another thing, I found out the river does not hold water, so I'm gonna have to redo this whole entire tank. But like I said, leave a comment what you think I should name Gerald's girlfriend, and please subscribe so you don't miss any unhinged animal videos.
Why you so swagged out, man?